Hello, it's Christine. Hello, Mama. I'm so super excited. Thank you for joining me here. I'm going to share the bonus video with you, which is a fear release exercise that is super simple yet super effective, so that you can remove any fears you have about giving birth, about the idea of pain of giving birth, so that you can go into your birth experience with more confidence and more self-assurance. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you haven't finished watching the previous videos of the 5-part series, I invite you to do that, because it will really give you all the tools that you need in your toolkit so that you can have a beautiful experience of you giving birth to your baby. It's one of the most amazing experiences you could ever have in your life, and I just want you to get prepared for it so that you don't have to have a traumatic and painful birth. You can have an easier, more calm, and you can be more resilient if anything happens during the birth of your baby. Because you followed through in these techniques, you'll be a lot more resilient, a lot more able to cope with any changes of your birthing plan that may occur. Alrighty, so let me get into the fear release exercise. I did this fear release exercise in my hypnobirthing course, and it really helped. So it really helped to remove any extra anxieties that I had, any hidden anxieties that I had, any fears that I had, so that when it came to the birth of my baby, I felt I was in the right mindset, and that's super important. So what I want you to do, you can even do this with me right now, is to get a piece of paper and a pen. And I want you to just list down all the fears and anxieties and worries you have about giving birth. Write them all down. Be as self-honest as you can. No one else has to see this if you don't want to share it with anyone, but I just want you to open up and just let it all out. Spend about 5 minutes doing this. 5 to 10 minutes. Once you've done that, I want you, next to each sentence, just make sure you keep it really brief. I don't want long paragraphs. Just keep it really brief. Leave a space in between so that you can write down extra bits, the next part of this exercise, around each statement. So you want to write down just a couple of brief sentences. So for example, you might write down, I fear that it will be super painful and I won't be able to handle it. I fear that my baby, something terrible might happen and I may not be able to have a natural birth. So just write down all your fears down. Once you've done that, I want you to look at each one and ask yourself, what could I do, or what could I believe in instead to remove this fear? So what could I do, or what could I believe instead to remove this fear? So if one of your statements is, I really fear that the birth of my baby is going to be super painful and I won't be able to handle it, you might write down, okay, what I want to believe in instead is, I can handle giving birth to my baby because I am made to give birth naturally, and I can follow this 5-part series and these 5-part tips to help me remove this fear of giving birth and the pain of giving birth. So that's quite long-winded, but you can find and do something to change that belief. So you ask yourself, what is it that I can do, or what can I believe instead to change this belief, this fear? So you need to get active with it. If this statement that you've got, that you have a fear of the pain of giving birth, there's something that you can do. So what I can do is I can follow this 5-part series, or I can finish following this 5-part series, practice all the exercises so that I no longer have this fear. Then in the next statement, it might be something that you can change. So you might be able to change the belief. So you might be thinking, oh, something terrible, I feel like something terrible is going to happen during the birth of my baby. So you could ask yourself, well, what can I do, or what can I believe instead to release this fear, to no longer have this fear? So you could change the statement to, everything will work out beautifully during the birth of my baby. And then you end up with a new statement, a new affirmation, a new belief that you can then read to yourself every morning. Like I had positive affirmations all around the house, and it really helped to remove any fears that I had. So you can create your affirmations from this. So you might say, I have a fear that something terrible is going to happen during the birth of my baby. You change that belief to everything's going to happen beautifully during the birth of my baby. And you can literally have that as an affirmation that you can read to yourself every single day. So it's that simple. You want to change these negative fears, these fears and worries and anxieties into positive statements or action steps by asking yourself this question: what can I do or what can I believe instead to release this fear? So what can I do or what can I believe instead to release this fear? And you'll know which one, you'll know whether it's a belief that you need to change or whether it's something that you need to do. And then you go and actively do it. And if it's an action that you're going to go about and do, make sure it's super simple. Make sure that you're excited about it, that you're inspired by it, and that you're actually going to do it. Don't make it all difficult. Like, the best thing you could do ultimately is follow this 5-part series, do the exercises, practice them, and then when it comes to the time of giving birth to your baby, you are well equipped. So definitely don't ignore these fears, face them, and you'll realize that you have nothing to worry about. So that is the bonus tip. If you've got any questions, leave your comments below, leave all your questions below, and I'll answer all of them. I'm so excited for you. I want to congratulate you for the soon to be baby that will be coming into the world, and I'm super excited to have shared with you this process and my story behind it all and of giving birth. And I wish you all the best. And definitely leave a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe for more videos like this. And I will see you very soon.